Hi guys, for those who don't know me, I'm Molf. I recently graduated from university, so I'm currently unemployed and I have a lot of free time on my hands. Anyway, in this video today, we're going to be talking about 3 ways in which we can control our emotions. Sometimes it's difficult for us to process what we're feeling in the moment, and there are multiple ways we can solve this. Whether it be in a scenario when you're talking to someone, or whether it's just you being alone at home. You're not alone. Multiple people feel this all the time. I feel it daily. So I'm making this video because I struggle with it, and having me saying this can implement the idea into my head and it can become second nature. Stick around for the video. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Controlling our emotions is difficult. It takes practice. Just like when you exercise your muscles, it takes time and consistent practice on those muscles for you to see progress. So just with your brain, you take time and practice these certain habits that we're going to be talking about so that you can control yourself. The first one that we're going to be talking about is not acting on impulse. When we act on impulse, Top Think describes it as all your emotions, all your weird chemicals going to your brain and making you act instantaneously. And when you do react this way, you don't have time to think. You don't take a step back and pause. So how can we not act on impulse? Just the exact opposite of reacting on impulse. Take a step back, pause. There's actually science behind you taking a breather, controlling your breath, and you can do this about 5-6 times, whatever works with you, or 6-7. I felt like doing that, or 6-7 times, and this will be beneficial towards you because now you are letting those chemicals rush back. They are not, I don't know what the chemicals are. Are they hormones? I'm gonna do my research on that. I'll let you know. You'll probably see it within the editing. And once these chemicals have now rushed down and you feel calm, your brain can actually think logically, and you can come to the best decision possible, or a good decision, from you taking the time out to think about what has just happened. So take a breath, take a step back, think about it, and then go in. Don't react impulsively. Because once you react, for example, when you're talking to someone, they mention something that you don't like. For example, they disagree with your point, and it's something you feel strong or deeply about. That can be a blow to the gut, because someone else doesn't think the same way that you do. And as humans, we want people to think the same way that we do. It's how we end up liking each other and becoming friends. So when in that moment, take a step back and pause. Why are they saying this? Why am I feeling such emotions? And that actually brings us onto the next topic. Why is the question? Why am I reacting this way? The emotions that I'm feeling, why is this happening to me? Do not hide your emotions and then stuff them down. Feel what you're feeling, question them, and that is our second topic. So on to the second topic of pinpointing our emotions. We need to feel our emotions and question why this is happening to us. When we get to confront ourselves within and ask ourselves, why did this trigger a certain response within me? We can find out how that emotion triggers us and if it triggers us in other ways or in other scenarios. And it will help us better control ourselves or navigate our emotions and our reactions in different scenarios and help us come with a more cooler mentality. So how do we do this? How do we pinpoint our emotions? Ways in which you can do this are journaling. You can journal, write down what you're feeling, write down all the emotions. Just be honest with yourself when you're doing it and where it came from. And another one is talking to a friend. If you feel more comfortable talking to a trusted friend or a person that has completely no business being in the scenario that you're going through, a third party perspective, and you just discuss what has happened, how you're feeling, and they will give you a logical response because they're not feeling what you're feeling at that moment. They're a third party. Or your friend, or if you need someone who's more supportive, loving, caring, rather than just giving you a logical way of doing things, that still works too. As long as you're expressing yourself and not hiding your emotions down and clumping them into this ball and then just stuffing them into a corner, that ball will grow. It will grow and grow and grow until there'll be a point whereby you reach your boiling point. And then you won't have any more, space left in you. It will just come out. It will burst out, and it won't be good. Frustrations get the better of all of us. And this idea of us pulling it all down, this has happened to me. They come out. So feel what you feel, and it will help you in the moment and how to control them in future. I think I'm saying and a lot. And. So, actually, I don't have anything else to say. I just covered my points. So let's just move on to the third topic, and that would be empathy. Why did I leave empathy towards the end? No reason, just random. With emotional control, sometimes our emotions can get the better of us in situations where we're having conversations. It can be in a social setting. So it's important for you to put yourself in the other person's shoes. This is what empathy is. Not looking at your own bias, but rather putting yourself in a logical standpoint and saying, how would that person have felt in this scenario? What was going through their mind? And then it can help you understand, it can help you understand why they reacted the way they did. It's helpful, and one way of practicing empathy is listening to other people. So you shut up, you don't speak, you don't say nada. You keep quiet, you listen to the other person. When the person speaks, we are not listening to them just to react towards what they say, but rather listening to them to actually hear what they have to say. I guess that is a reaction, but then again, my point being that you are listening to hear them out. And this gives you a better sense of understanding. And, there we go with the and again. But it does help because it allows you to see the other person's standpoint. Once this has happened, it helps you think to yourself, okay, maybe if I was in their shoes, in their scenario, I would have reacted in a similar way. So it gives you more understanding and helps you love more rather than being the victim. Now, sometimes we can be the victim in a scenario where someone is constantly pushing us into a corner, for example, yelling, raising their voice, making you feel, belittling you. And you can set boundaries by saying, hey, in these sort of scenarios, I think I'm just going to step back. I'm going to take some time off. I want to think about it, giving both of us the opportunity to talk without fighting one another. So having emotional boundaries also helps. And I think it does tie in with controlling your impulses because you're taking a step back. So that's a bonus point, I guess. Setting healthy boundaries, but still being willing to talk about it. But back on the main point, be empathetic. Understand where another person is coming from. Not all of us are the same. We're all going to react in different ways, but that's okay. It just helps us learn from one another. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Emotional control. Practice. I'll practice too, and I'll probably bring up the topic further in future.